Robert from CritGames.com here. These are our RPG action cards. We did this for our last Kickstarter. These are available separate from the Kickstarter itself. It's really cool. What we did is we ran the Kickstarter with the idea that people could volunteer different RPG systems that they wanted to play. So we had D&D 5th Edition, Pathfinder, Starfinder, Savage Worlds, and Mutants for Masterminds. And what these are decks really good for new players, or if you had a lot of players at the table. This is a great way to really streamline the gameplay. So the red here are all of your standard actions, and you can play this to the table. This will walk you through what to do. This is for your melee attack. It has the basic instructions what to do. Here's the range, how to cast a spell, dashing in the game. Of course, D&D has the standard actions, movement, bonus, and reaction. Those are the different types. So if you see here, the blue are the different ways of moving. You have standard movement, how to do a climb, crawl, the different types of jumps. Anyway, what I have my players do, it's especially good for like new players who are like, well, what do I do? This is, how do I play an RPG? There's a lot of different things that I can do. I hand them a deck of these. They're ready to go at the table whenever they need to look something up or do something. It's got the instructions right there. Describes how to do also for D&D 5th Edition, the bonus and the reaction. And then these card decks come with this little color-coded card. So if you get it with the color-coded dice sets, it'll match up. You can just say, hey, grab the D20, the red one. They know which one to grab. They're there ready to go. And again, we've done these for different RPG systems. So this is for Pathfinder. So there's the new edition coming out in 2.0. This is the standard. It's got your standard actions, using an object. If you're unarmed, how do I do that? There's a lot more movement types that we have here. And then these are the full round actions, so describing how to do each one of those. And then for delaying or a 5-foot step, it describes how to do that. Also for Starfinder, again, for the different RPG systems, they have basically different action types that you can do. So for Starfinder, there's standard, move, swift, and these are color coded, so you can do it. So actually it has similar action types as this, but for Starfinder you have different things, right? So you do have like the melee and the ranged attack, doing a combat maneuver, right? And then some of these are, very different. Just for, Starfinder, you have things like covering fire. How do I do that? When you activate an item, is it technological or magical, right? And then going through your movement types on the back as well. And a full action, is it a run, a charge, fighting defensively? So instead of flipping to the back of the rule book, you have these that you can drop down on the table and just follow along. For Savage Worlds, there's a lot more kind of action types. So you basically get your move and your action. So for Savage Worlds, they all have that melee and ranged. You can aim in Savage Worlds. That gives you a little bit bonus, or you can do a called shot, depending on what part of the body that you're trying to go for. Doing automatic fire. There's weapons that allow you to do that. Double tapping, hold, test to will, defend. These are all of your Savage Worlds actions, and then the different movement types, and kind of walks you through how to do each one. I also did one for Mutants and Masterminds. So I had a lot of folks that said, hey, you need action cards from Mutants and Masterminds, make that game move much better. You can find this stuff at critgames.com. You can order these direct. If you play any of these games or have someone you're trying to get into the game, you can get them a set of these action cards and the color-coded dice, and they're there ready to go at the table. Put them up a pre-gen character, had them the deck and the dice, and they're ready to go. If you want to see more of these videos, you can find us at critgames.com. On Twitter, it's CritGamesLLC. Follow us there. If you like these videos, like or subscribe on YouTube. Let me know if you want to see more of this, or you have some suggestions of things you want to make. These decks are things that I put together and I make and I use in my games. But if there's something that you would like to see or like to see made, or maybe as a future Kickstarter, that type of thing, let me know. Give me a comment or give me some feedback. If you're using these in your games, let me know how it's going. And as always, game on.